So, a new season starts tonight. Liverpool play Bournemouth at home at Anfield. And I'm very excited for this one. Can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. Football is back. And yeah, we've been all wanting it for probably, the last 3 or 4 months. It's been an insane long wait, in my opinion. Oh my God, I can't wait for this season to start. But this is a live preview. We're going to be doing this hopefully every week before games. Yeah, Liverpool play Bournemouth at home. Now, this is a game where obviously it's going to be hard because it's Premier League. Every game in the Premier League's hard. But with the departures of Huijsen, Kerkez and Zabani, it's going to be very hard for Bournemouth to contain us. They've got it. I don't know who their defensive players are currently. I know they signed Adrian Truffert from Rom in the transfer window. But they've lost a massive chunk of their defence. They're lucky that Semenyo and Cliver are still there. Obviously, Dango Awatara could be leaving as well. So, yeah, that's also something. And I think Bournemouth, will they struggle this season? I don't think they're going to finish as high as they did last season. Obviously, Huijsen's gone to Real Madrid. You've had Zabani that's gone to PSG and Kerkez to Liverpool. And I just think that Bournemouth aren't going to be as strong as they have been last season. Obviously, Liverpool have, got an unrecognised squad now. And I think we've done some insane business. Obviously, Florian Wirtz, the new boy, Ekitike, Frimpong, Leone, who's come from Parma. He looks like a great player. He's only 18 years of age. Obviously, with the uncertainty of Kanate could be leaving this summer on a free. So, yeah, we kind of need that sort of, defensive structure in our team. And obviously in the Community Shield, we weren't great at all in the second half. First half was actually quite good, in my opinion. I thought Ekitike played really well. I thought Florian Wirtz was really good. Second half just didn't hit. I don't know what it was, but we just weren't the same in the second half. Virgil van Dijk was caught sleeping on a few occasions. Obviously, hit some of his mistakes led to consequences in that game. One of his mistakes did lead to a goal that was scored by Ismail Assar. Kanate was a bit sloppy as well. Dominic Szoboszlai, obviously, that's not the position he normally plays in. So, you can kind of get why he wasn't so good. But we move on from that game and we play Bournemouth tonight. I think, obviously, Liverpool will come out with a strong squad for the first game of the Premier League. I think Alisson will play. Well, I mean, obviously, Gravenberch is, he's still serving a suspension from the game against Palace, funnily enough, in the last game of the Premier League season from last season. I think, obviously, we've got to implement our new signings into this team. Frimpong, I can see playing. Kerkez, I think will play against his former club. I think that the midfield will consist of, without Gravenberch, I think we'll probably play Szoboszlai, or could play McAllister in the midfield, and then we'll play Wirtz, could play Endo. I think the front three will consist of Salah, Ekitike, and Gakpo on the left. I don't think we'll breeze it, but I think we'll win the game. I think a lot of people may be expecting us to smash Bournemouth out of the park, and I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll score goals, obviously. I don't think we're going to lose this game. I think we'll win. But there's obviously a lot of positivity going into this game with the sort of team we're going to play. Like, who knows what Liverpool can achieve this season? We didn't have a bad pre-season. Obviously, we lost to Milan. We beat Yokohama. F. Marinos. We beat Preston on the first game of the season. Obviously, tonight's game is the first Premier League game without Diogo Jota, so it's going to be an emotional one. And obviously, we've had several tributes throughout pre-season. Obviously, a tribute in the FA Community Shield as well. And, well, tried to do a minute silence, but that went wrong. That wasn't good at all. But, yeah, we're going to do this for Diogo Jota. We're going to win this game for Diogo Jota. We're going to win the league, hopefully, for Diogo Jota. And it's the first season without him. It's going to feel really strange without him up top. And, yeah, it's going to feel really, really strange without Jota in the team. And, yeah, I think the team have handled that really, really well. I think Arne Slot's handled it really, really well. And let's just hope we can win the league for Jota. Yeah, I'm expecting a win from this game. And I think, obviously, going into this game, there's going to be 3 points at stake. If we can get a good start, that'll be great. If we can get ourselves up there if we can get ourselves on the podium, that'd be ace. If we can get a win, obviously that'd be top of the league, but might not stay top of the league for long, obviously because of tomorrow's games, and then there's obviously games on Sunday. Arsenal play United, so yeah. But I think that Wirtz will play excellently in this game. I think that Frimpong's going to do really well. Obviously, Leone won't play, I don't think, as of today's game, because it's only just signed. We haven't even seen the media shots for Leone yet, as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen anything before this stream, so I think he might probably play next week against, is it Newcastle we've got? I think it is, or Arsenal, it's one of the two. I think it's Newcastle, though. And yeah, tonight it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a very good one. Obviously, we've got a pretty good record against Bournemouth. We beat them twice last season. We obviously lost to them in the 22-23 season. That we had a really bad patch there. I think obviously we beat them 9-0 also in that season. But yeah, I think they're probably going to struggle quite a bit in this game because of the losses of Howson, Kerkez and Zabani. It's going to be very tricky to keep Liverpool at bay. Saying that, your defence doesn't always mean... Your defence being rocky doesn't always mean you're going to lose a game. But, it helps to have a good defence, and there's been a massive, massive hole taken out of this squad. I don't even know who plays in goal for Bournemouth anymore, because obviously they had Kepa in their inventory last season. Obviously now he's gone to Arsenal, so they don't have him anymore. He was really, really good for Bournemouth last season. And I think not having those players will leave a lasting impact on Bournemouth's team. But, there's some positives. They've not lost Semenyo. They've not lost Kluivert. They've still got some pretty good players in that team. So, they've not lost Evan Ilson. He was good for them last season. They've got Marcus Tavernier. So, not all's bad for Bournemouth. And, I'm not expecting us to batter them. But I think we'll probably score a few goals in today's game. Yeah. So really, 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 really excited for this game. I don't know why I split that. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be... Obviously, it's going to be a competitive one. And I do think, obviously, Bournemouth will come with their best team. I don't actually even know who... I don't even know who's in Bournemouth's defence, to be completely honest with you. If I go to the lineups, so... Oh, they've actually added faces now to live score. So, in the defence would be Adrian Truffert. This is the possible lineups for who they could play tonight. Marcos Senesi, James Hill and Adam Smith. Oh, I didn't know Jordan Petrovic had signed for Bournemouth. It's obviously compared to what they had last season. It's quite a bit of a downgrade to what they had last season. I'm not sure how good Truffert is. But, they've got quite a lot of injuries as well. NSU now, Justin Kluivert's injured, Lewis Cook, Luis Sinistera, Owen Bayvan and Ryan Christie. Obviously, Liverpool have Conor Bradley out. Gomez is injured. Stefan Bajcetic. I can't see Stefan Bajcetic playing for Liverpool again, to be honest with you. And Ryan Gravenberch, who's obviously serving the suspension from the... That's a load of crap, that is. Serving a suspension from the last Premier League game. So, is Romero going to serve a suspension for Tottenham's first Champions League game then? Because that better be how it works. That's a really stupid rule, that is. I don't see why that's a thing. How is he serving a suspension from a game that happened last season? I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. But, it's how the game works. The game works in really weird ways. There's a possible lineup for how Liverpool could come into this game. Alisson in goal, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez. That's what I've said, basically. McAllister, Soboslai and Wirtz. Okay, I didn't expect that. Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz up front. That's a really, really, really strong squad. Hoping that Van Dijk is going to be better going into this game. I think he will. I think they've probably worked on defending and what they need to do, improving in training. And I do think that Liverpool at times have had problems with the defence. Obviously, in the 22-23 season, we learnt that the midfield wasn't very good. You had a quite old Jordan Henderson. Fabinho wasn't good in that season. And Thiago, well, he was just always injured. So, we had a really, really bad midfield that season. Yeah. I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking, okay, that's really, really, really good. 4-2-3-1 formation. The possible lineup for Bournemouth is George Petrovic in goal, Adam Smith, James Hill, Senesi, Trofiert, Tyler Adams, Alex Scott, Antoine Semenyo, David Brooks, Marcus Tavernier and Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson, yeah, if anyone scores for Bournemouth tonight, I think it will probably be Evan Nilsson. Yeah, that defence it's got red flags all over it. Senesi's alright, but he's not as good as, bloody Zabani or Dean Huijsen, is he? I think they made a mistake. Selling Huijsen, okay, yeah, maybe. But selling Kerkez and Zabani as well, bloody hell, they've had a lot taken out of their squad. And I think they're going to have probably a low finish in the Premier League this season. I genuinely didn't know that there's been such a massive void left in their squad. They're lucky that they've been able to keep Evan Nilsson and Semenyo, to be honest. Tyler Adams, bloody hell, Tyler Adams. Alex Scott, he's an alright player. I think, yeah. Truther, I don't know how good Truther is, to be honest. I think he was more of a panic signing because they were selling Kerkez and yeah, he played for Rom last season. Reims, basically. That's how I'd say it. So, Reims finished last season, Liga. They finished in 16th. So, they went into a relegation playoff. Wow. No, it wasn't Roms, was it? I've been saying Roms all this time. It was Rennes. Sorry about that, everyone. Rennes finished 12th. Yeah, obviously, there's no competition in that league as it is. But, yeah, obviously, I don't know how good Truther is, but I think that was more of a panic signing than anything. They didn't do massively well in the PL Summer Series either. If we go to the PL Summer Series, I think they stunk the gaff up, to be honest. They lost 4-1 to United. They finished third, so still quite bad, but I think I'm gonna take a look at Bournemouth's pre-season games now. I don't want Bournemouth the place. I want Bournemouth the football club. So if we go back to their pre-season games, they obviously had the PL Summer Series. They won 2-1 to Hibernian, beat Everton, lost 4-1 to United, lost 2-0 to West Ham, drew 1-1 with Real Sociedad and drew 0-0 with Real Sociedad as well. I think it probably would have been a double header. Obviously, they've got Liverpool. It's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. So, yeah, I mean, it sort of depends what mentality we go into this game with, because you never know what could happen. They could come out with a mentality of, guys, it's Liverpool, but we can't take our foot off the gas. We've got to try and win this game. You know, they could come into that mentality and we could go into it with, yeah, okay, we're going to beat these lot. Let's get 3 points and get to the top of the table. But yeah, I'm really, really hoping we come into this one all guns blazing. I can't wait for this game. Literally, I genuinely can't wait for it. I am on tenterhooks. I cannot wait. I'm going to go through some minor predictions as well for what I think will happen for the season in this game. Not just Liverpool, but I'm going to go Premier League young player, Premier League player of the season, Champions League winner, Premier League winner, all that sort of stuff. I think the Premier League winner will be, you already know that if you watch my videos, Liverpool. I think we're going to go back to back. I think that there's just no other team that's going to be able to beat us this season. I think we're going to be a force, an unstoppable force that no one's... I mean, obviously we'll lose a game. There's no way we're going through that whole season without losing a game. It won't happen. It just won't happen, especially with our defence that can be rocky at times. I think the FA Cup winner will probably be either Chelsea or Arsenal. We might not take it seriously enough, like what happened last season in the FA Cup. But, you know, I think Liverpool have got maybe a good chance of winning both the domestic trophies. Obviously, we've been pretty consistent in the Carabao Cup over the last 2 seasons. And I think that we'll hopefully have a good run in the FA Cup, hopefully a good run in the League Cup. And, yeah, I think we'll do well in the Champions League, better than what we would have done last season. Obviously, last season it wasn't great. We were stitched up, really, though. We finished top of the Champions League table and then got drawn to PSG. What kind of reward is that for finishing top of the Champions League? It's just not, is it? But, you know, I hope we try and get to the final of the Champions League this season. I really, really hope we get to the Champions League final. Even if we lose it, I'm just hoping we progress further than we did last season. Obviously, Arne Slot's looked at it, looked at the squad and gone, I need to make some changes. He's done that, and we've made some massive, massive changes. Mark Gahey, I just want to talk about him. There's been rumours that he could be signing for the Pool next summer, and I think that's probably going to be a replacement for Mark Gahey. No, not Mark Gahey, sorry about that. I'm a bit distracted today, so I'm sorry about that. So there's a report from Rudy Galletti on X here. Liverpool are still in talks with Crystal Palace for Mark Gahey after sealing Giovanni Leone, but a deal is not close as things stand. Palace still want 45 million to 50 million pounds. LFC won't go beyond 35 million, 40 million. Gahey is keen on the move and hopes that the clubs can find a compromise soon. So yeah, I'm really hoping we get that signing. I'm really, really, really hoping we get that signing. I can't lie. It looks like a really, really good player from what I've seen the other day in the Community Shield. And 40 million, 50 million for a player that's going to be a free agent in less than 12 months' time is insane. 50 million quid for a player that's going to be on a free transfer in less than 12 months' time. He's going to be a free agent in about 10 months' time. We cannot be paying 50 million. 50 million's insane for a player that's going to be a free in 10 months' time. But yeah, I think if we don't sign in this summer, it will definitely be next summer. I'm not going to speak any more on the Isak situation because that is starting to get on my nerves now. We'll see what happens with that. If we sign him, we sign him. If we don't, we don't. That's just how football works. But Eddie Howe has confirmed that he won't play tomorrow. Eddie Howe has asked, this is from Sky Sports _Keith, has Eddie Howe asked Isak to play tomorrow? I want him to play, and I've had those conversations, but the details need to remain private. Is there a way back for him at Newcastle? That's what's been said. Yes, I believe so, but discussions and talks would have to take place for that to happen. I can't see a way. I'm just gonna do a little. Oh, I've got pins and needles. Ooh. I'm just gonna do like a little sort of thing on Isak right now. I'm not going to spend long on it. I don't think there's any way back for Isak at Newcastle. There's been way too much happened for Isak to play for Newcastle again. He's already said, he's made it perfectly clear that he's got no desire at all to play for Newcastle. And I think the only way that he would come back as a player for Newcastle is if he apologised for what he's done to the Newcastle fan base and apologised for what has gone on, basically, how he's disrespected the club, and I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to come out and say that he's changed his mind and he wants to play for Newcastle. I just don't think there's a way back for Isak at Newcastle, and I think his time there is done. He's obviously made it perfectly clear plenty of times that he's got no desire to play for the football club again. I think he will be a Liverpool player very, very soon. It's just if we can pay that fee, and they need a striker for a kick-off. We won't get anything if they don't get anything. So, we need a domino effect to happen here if we want to sign Isak. We need Visa to probably go to Newcastle. He's not playing in Brentford's Premier League opener. But I think if Newcastle can get that visa transfer done, then probably, it will probably go ahead with the Isak signing for Liverpool. Sorry, by the way, if you can hear my stomach growling. I'm very hungry. So we're probably going to end this stream in about 10 minutes' time. But yeah, I definitely think Liverpool are going to go into this game very confident. Obviously, we've had a bit of probably a talking to by the manager in training, and he's probably told us we need to improve on this, we need to improve on that. I think Alisson did nothing wrong in that game on Sunday. I think he could probably work on saving penalties a bit better because he's not a great penalty saver. That's the one quality we've had. That's the one quality we had with Kelleher when he was at the club. Obviously, he had many qualities, but that was one of the qualities that we had with Kelleher. He was a great penalty saver. That penalty save against Mbappe against Real Madrid back in, I think it was September time, or could have been October. But yeah, he definitely needs to work on saving more penalties because without Kelleher, he's going to be taking part in more penalty shootouts, and I think he needs to work on saving penalties. He definitely needs to work on saving penalties, and if we can get him to save more penalties, that would be sick. It means we would win a lot more penalty shootouts, but yeah, hoping that he can get saving some more penalties, and he just doesn't save that many penalties, and It would be good if he could save some penalties because that we have a lack of that at the minute with Alisson. He's a great goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, probably one of the best in the world, if not the best. But it would be good if we could get him saving more penalties because he's just not really that good at saving penalties. Like, that's probably one of the reasons why we lost against PSG in the Champions League. If he could save more penalties, then possibly we would have won that game. But, he's a great keeper, and he's got many, many qualities. And my keeper is a great goalkeeper, and obviously, he's one of the best in the world. And I would, I'd keep him for anyone. I wouldn't take anyone over Alisson. He is the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. But he just needs to save a few more penalties. Yeah, I think that with Liverpool's structure in defence, I think that will be sorted very soon. Obviously, Van Dijk's... Oh, spat on the mic. I think that Van Dijk's soon going to be in his retirement age. He's getting older now. He's like we're gonna have to at some point expect him to decline, because I think he won't start to decline this season, but maybe next season, because he's 34 years of age. Like, he's 34 years of age. He's nearly 35, so he's going to start declining at some point. I think that's possibly why we could be getting Mark Gahey. Leone and Mark Gahey, I think, will probably change our defence it'll make such a big difference. Not that I'm saying Van Dijk is trash, so American. Not that I'm saying that Van Dijk is bad, I'm not. But I just think that, that we could improve that. Hello, someone in the chat. I think, it's going to be possibly tough in defence. I would prefer Mark Gahey to come this summer, but if we get him this summer, if we get next summer, I'll be fine with that. But I just want Mark Gahey. He looks like a great player, and I hope Liverpool sign him very, very soon, and I hope we can get to that 50 million, sort of 45 million, 50 million price range. But £50 million for a player that's going to be a free agent in less than 10 months is insane, in my opinion. £50 million. I mean, I thought it took the piss when Real Madrid wanted to sign Trent for 10 million. £10 million? Are you insane? Like, £10 million? Like, you've already skinned us of one of our best defenders, and now you're taking the mick even more. Like, it's. I mean, I've heard rumours that Trent's not doing so good there. So yeah, Trenty boy, the grass ain't always greener, pal. Yeah, you should have stayed at Liverpool. But I'm not gonna moan on about Trent, because I don't really think about Trent anymore. In my opinion, I won't welcome him back at Liverpool. If he wants to come back to Liverpool, yeah, okay, come back as a fan, but don't come back as a player, because you've betrayed us, and Liverpool fans don't take that lightly. So, yeah, very, very, very much looking forward to the game tonight. Hope you are too. And any Liverpool fans watching it, please like the stream, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm hearing rumours that Canate has agreed a Real Madrid transfer. Obviously, we saw that a lot with Liverpool. There's something on with Trent. There's something on Instagram here. Ibrahima Konate has agreed to join Real Madrid. Whether this summer or next, his desire to play for Real Madrid. Liverpool wants to renew Ibrahima Konate, but are preparing for a scenario which he leaves. Real Madrid will not offer more than 25 million. What are you taking the mick? Real Madrid, again, will not offer more than £25 million. I don't like Real Madrid. I really don't like Real Madrid. They get on my titties. But, yeah, if he wants to go, that Man City shirt is disgraceful. That is a disgraceful shirt. Search up Man City's 25-26 shirt. It's awful. That's such a bad shirt. The third shirt. Oh, my God, that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. But what I'd do with Konate, if he wants to go, stick him in the reserves, make him play with the PL2 team. That's probably an insult to the PL2 team. If he wants to leave the club, let him leave. Just let him leave. If he wants to sulk, he's really starting to annoy me now. He's really starting to annoy me. We've had players do this. Real Madrid will come back for more players. They're not stopping here. Real Madrid will come back again and again, and they're not stopping there. They won't stop there. And I think it's just a case of stick Konate on the bench for the full season and make him watch us play really well. He's got Hugo Ekitike in the team now. Why would he want to leave? I just don't know why you'd want to not play for Liverpool. I get it maybe with Konate, because he's not a Scouser. He's not even English. Maybe he wants Real Madrid, There's some players that just do want Real Madrid more than their actual clubs. I mean, the allure of Real Madrid, it's kind of, sometimes it can be very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Tempting. Very, very tempting. And, he's obviously been tempted by Real Madrid. So, we might want to go there. I get that with Canate. But Trent, he's a Scouser. He's from West Derby. He's from Liverpool. And he's a born Scouser. He's a boyhood Liverpool fan. So I don't know why you'd want to play for any other team than Liverpool. Like, I just don't get it. If you've got the chance to play for Liverpool Football Club and you're a Scouser, you're from Liverpool, why would you not play for them? Why would you not? Why would you not want to play for Liverpool's first team? I just find it insane that Trent would not want to play for Liverpool. I mean, obviously, stinking it up in Madrid. But yeah, we're not going to talk anymore about Trent. We're going to enjoy the game tonight, actually. Yeah, if you enjoyed that stream, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. I'll see you lovely lot in the next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves, and peace out.